You're friendly, unabashed cup cutter. I slice through the turf like warm butter, planting dreams in the grass, one putt under. You're friendly, unabashed cup cutter.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me, your friendly unabashed cup cutter. If you're new to the podcast, you know there's a couple of things that I like to do. One, I like to have a weekly podcast with my boys to talk about golf and my golf world. Two, I like to offer a little bit of tips and tricks to fellow golf cup cutters. You know what I mean? Because it's all about the golf course. Three, I like to travel my 71 Volkswagen bus, go to golf courses all over Tampa, interview anybody that's dealing with golf. Now, here's the kicker. Here's what's funny about this particular conversation I'm about to have. I'm still here in Tampa, but I'm actually talking to somebody all the way up in South Carolina, Mr. Wes Salty Loman. I'm talking with the Salty Golfer. Bro, thanks again for being on the podcast and having a conversation with me. I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, dude, I'm happy to be here. It's I love like I said earlier when we were shooting it. I love doing these. I love helping people grow their brand or just giving as much awareness as I can to what's going on. I think there's enough room for everybody in this community, and it's super sick to meet people like you guys and have the same love for golf like I do, and want to see I think you're a lot like me. We want to see the game touch people that it might not normally touch, right? So that's exactly how I feel, how I do my part to kind of cliche grow the game. But I think it's a game for everyone. And I want to try to break down those barriers of like it's only for a certain person to play. So thanks for having me on, and let's get after it.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. And I share the same feelings, man. Like I said, it's like the reason why I started this podcast was like that energy that my guys and I have on the golf course. We're not the best golfers. We'll shoot between low 80s to 120. Sure. We just want to have a good time. And I know there's a lot of guys and gals out there that either too timid of the sport. They're thinking of all these guys that are wicked good at playing it. Or myself, I'm like a 35-45%. I know where the ball's going type of guy. Sure. You know what I mean? And so, man, I just like you just said, we really just want the sport to go for folks that are just timid or too shy to even do it. And when you guys like yourself and myself that are just free birds, you know what I mean, driving on our Volkswagens, you know.
That's right, man. That's right. This will be the first time I've done an interview with someone who also has a book.
No shit, man.
Yeah.
It's funny. So, I have more questions about your Volkswagen than about golf.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of friends down here in Tampa because, we're down by St. Pete, Sarasota. Right. It's a huge community down here. I mean, almost everywhere there's pockets of Volkswagens, right?
Sure.
But down here in Florida, man, we're everywhere. I mean, we just had the biggest car show, Volkswagen meet here in the South at Bug Jam up in Dade City. Over 1,000 Volkswagens.
That's
crazy.
Awesome.
And then they have one in Daytona. That's the No-Do. That's another big event, which that would be awesome, which we'll talk about later. If you ever cruise down, you come to the No-Do show. We'll go golfing, camp out of our Volkswagens, man. It's the best. Awesome, man. So Salty. So first off, let's talk about yourself before we actually get into the Volkswagen and your business and your apparel and everything. So
sure.
So where are you from? You got a family?
So I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. Born and raised there. My mom was in the music business. I grew up there and grew up in 90s country music and hair metal, rock and roll. That was in the late 80s. That was the business my mom was in, and had a really good time in Nashville, and had the opportunity to move down to Mobile, Alabama in high school, and I moved down to Mobile Academy to play football and spent a couple of years there playing football, and then transferred to North Carolina to play my junior and senior year at a prep school called Wesleyan Academy for basketball. And just so people know, I'm 6'8". I'm 290 right now. But when I was in high school and college, I was 6'8", about 260. So was a pretty good athlete and played college ball. And I met Katie, my wife, at Wesleyan Academy in High Point, North Carolina. And she went off to school. I went off to school. She went to NC State. And and I went off to Piedmont University to play basketball, and we kind of rekindled, and we were just kind of it was more like a best friends in high school, and then it just turned into what it is now. We've been married, God, I think it'll be 24 or 25 years in July.
Hell yeah, brother.
We have 5 daughters together.
Awesome.
And five's what we wanted. I thought I'd get a boy or two.
I'm about to say, man, you keep batting away, and
yeah,
it
didn't happen. So
yeah,
and we were done. We've got so we have Layla Bell, Georgia Rose, Ava Kate, Stella Fox, and Olivia Claire. And yeah, we've got a senior in college all the way down to a freshman in high school. So,
oh man, awesome.
Yeah, so we are locked in. We live here in Myrtle's Inlet, South Carolina. We've always had some kind of property or home or something, family place in Myrtle Beach from the time I was very young. And I always thought I would move here eventually. It happened a lot quicker because of COVID. And I was in the medical business for 20 plus years. And then what I did in the medical business, my job then turned into just kind of being behind a laptop, which is not me.
Yep.
Being out amongst it, being with the people, and kind of thought of this salty golfer thing. And people were living vicariously through me, through my Instagram page. And it just kind of grew into this. Well, I need to go back a little bit. Katie and I had this side hustle called Old North State Clothing Company, and we were doing everything at night. We had embroidery machines, we had heat presses, we were making our own hats, our own t-shirts. And one night we just kind of looked at each other and was like, man, not very passionate about this like we thought we were, because we were like, busting it at both ends, right? Like working day jobs and then working nights and weekends, going to festivals and stuff like that. And had the opportunity to sell the business to a gentleman in Virginia, and he bought it. He bought all of our equipment, all of our fabrics, all of our stock, and I was left with just an Instagram page called Old North State Clothing Co. And I offered him that, and he said, "No, I'm not super into into social media, so I don't want it." And it only had 1,000 or so followers at the time. And,
but still.
And I didn't know what to do with the Instagram page. And Katie said, well, you love the ocean, you love playing golf, and you like taking pictures of both. Why don't you just call yourself the Salty Golfer? And here we are. That started in 2019. As like we say here in the shop, it started as a side hustle. We turned the side hustle into a business, and now we're turning the business into a company. And we're a full-blown apparel company now. It started with a sticker and an idea, and it's super grassroots. Started in my garage. Now we have our own HQ. I'm sitting in my office right now.
Wow.
We're by no means out of the woods. It's a grind every day. It's it's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, but it's also the most rewarding thing I've ever done in my life. And it got to a point when I was working my day job, and then we started this. We were kind of trying to figure out what the next move was. Also, my wife, who is the she's amazing. We were laying in bed one night, and she said, "Do you want to be 80 years old and wonder what if?" And I said, "No, I don't." So that gave me the motivation to put the pedal down and give this thing a go. I've got some really, really good business partners, Clayton and Jacob, and James, who they're not in the day-to-day things, but they are very involved, and they want to see this business take off just like I do. Actually, Clayton owns the brewery that brews the Salty Golfer beer that has just taken off. And then Jacob is his family has been in the Myrtle Beach area forever. Like, he's one of the few people that we always say no one's from Myrtle Beach. He's one of the few people that are from Myrtle Beach.
Oh, from Myrtle Beach. Yeah.
He's lived here his whole life, down the Myrtle's Inlet, Pawleys Island area. And he's got a background he has a law degree, and although he doesn't practice, he runs the family business. They own They own a resort called the Sandy Beach Resort, so he takes care of that. It's right on the ocean front.
Okay.
And then, like I said, Clayton owns the brewery, and he also does some other things. But we have weekly meetings with each other. And James owns the Indian motorcycle shop here in town, and
Good
just
stuff.
got some really good dudes behind me that believe in the brand and want to see it succeed. And I couldn't have done what I've done this quickly without those guys.
Of course.
And, but yeah, I always tell people when I get on these podcasts and they ask, if people are wondering, like, if they have an idea and they want to do something, they want to go for it. Bro, if you don't have the backing of your family at 100%, like, don't even try. Like, don't even, if they're not down 100% with you to
of course.
see you succeed and be there for you. If it doesn't work, if it doesn't stick, if it fails, which sometimes things do. Don't even think about trying it, because if you don't have the 100% backing of the people that care about you the most and you care about the most, it's not gonna. I can promise you it won't work.
No, you're absolutely right. I can't be doing this right now without the support of my family, especially my wife and my boys. Because my boys are a little bit old, about the same age. Mine are 21, 19, almost 20, and 19, almost 20, and 15. Ones are, and so what I mean. And without their support, I mean, hell, I'm golfing more than I've ever have, having these conversations more than I've ever had. Because my wife knows, like, I'm that type of guy. I love to talk to anybody and everybody. And knowing that this is my passion I love to golf, I love to talk, I love to cruise in my Volkswagen. And without her being 100% behind me, and not even just her too, though, like you just said, your friends and stuff. 3 of my OG co-hosts, though I have great buddies, great friends. I got 3 guys that kind of rotate as a co-host.
Sure.
And man, I thank their wives and their family.
Sure.
Because they're on this train with me. And like, we're recording our next episode this Thursday. And I'm like, hey, who's available to do it? Sometimes I have to do it by myself, which is fine. But the ultimate is, like, I would love to have a foursome of a podcast every time. But I can't do it without their spouses letting their husbands go for an hour, 2-3 hours to either golf, talk about golf and everything. But you're absolutely right, man. You can't do any without that support. And not even just support, like their belief and their knowing, if we just help him out, we know he can succeed, type of thing. You know what I mean? And it's 100%. I can't agree with you more. I'm talking with Salty right now, which I kid you not, bro. I kid you not. I honestly did not hear about you until maybe about 2 or 3 months ago, maybe.
Yeah.
And I think it came across either in my because my Volkswagen actually has her own Instagram page. We'll talk about that later. But it's the fact that someone said, hey, did you see this apparel line with a Volkswagen? I buy anything with a Volkswagen on it.
Sure.
This is the Columbia hat with a Volkswagen on it. That's how much I love Volkswagens. And I saw your apparel. I'm like, this dude golfs and has a bus. Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just awesome,
she's the bus is it's the marker. It's what everyone recognizes. So we were like, if we're gonna build a brand, every good brand has a good logo, right? And I mean, it is the flagship logo. She's a 1972. Her name is Sam.
I was gonna say it's got to be one of the between 68 and 72, but I didn't see the tail end or the pancake engine, obviously. Yeah.
It's a 72, and she is. You probably know way more about them than I do. I am new to the Volkswagen game. I've always wanted one. Always loved them from afar, and never thought I'd have an opportunity to have one. We were printing Volkswagen bus type logos before we had one, and then doors open, things happen. I'll just tell you the story about how we got her.
I was about to say let's dive into that now. I mean, how did you get about getting the Volkswagen? I mean, so you never so real quick, you were never into Volkswagens before? Like you've never had them growing up?
We've always owned Jeeps.
Okay.
Either Wranglers or Cherokees. Yeah, we've always owned Jeeps in my family, and then it's Jeeps are great, but they're not. You don't think of. It's hard to do a Jeep for a golf brand or whatever, and so like, I've always liked them, like appreciate them, and they've always turned my head when I'd see one. You just don't see them a ton, especially. when I was living in Greensboro, North Carolina, you never
Of course,
saw
yeah.
it. It just wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
So, but when this was totally a side hustle, we were just doing drops. So like the Salty Golfer started out, we would just do drops, and it was strictly stuff on Instagram. Like we would just have we do a really cool design, drop 100 shirts. When they were gone, they were gone. And if you
Okay.
were lucky to get one, you got one. And then, or maybe we do a hat and a t-shirt. And then one of our most popular designs we did was a bus, and it had
Of course.
it was kind of tie-dyed, like I'm a big Deadhead, and it had the dancing bear driving it.
Of course.
And it had the golf clubs on top, and like that thing sold out in a couple of hours. And we've always we didn't have a bus then, and then as the brand kind of evolved, and like how cool would it be if we were able to actually get one of these things and build the brand behind the bus. And
Of course.
I guess, gosh, 2022. I might be off on my year here, but a follower on Instagram said, "Hey, we know you like VWs. We've seen you post things, and I've bought merch. And my dad has one that's been sitting in storage. It's in pretty good shape. He's looking to get rid of it, and it was all white, had a really cool patina on it." Which I started then. I'm kind of a researcher. I started doing research on VWs, and there's such a difference between. First of all, the bus we bought, I believe, was originally purchased in Portland, Oregon.
Okay.
I'm the third owner. Came all the way across to Virginia
Too
Beach.
cool.
Yeah, which is where I picked it up at. I picked it up in Virginia Beach. And but on the research I've done, West Coast salt does not harm vehicles as much as East Coast or flatland salt, like where you're down at. It does. Like the salt on the East Coast is horrible, but West Coast salt doesn't seem to affect them as much.
Nope.
So I started doing research. Like, well, let me reverse a little bit. So he reached out to me, and we had already been kind of pricing these things out, and we couldn't find one.
And this was in 22 when you started looking to buy one, or 21.
Yeah. I think 22, 21, somewhere in there.
So the prices then started going up then.
I'll tell you about we couldn't find anything less than 10 grand, and it didn't have an engine in it. Like
100 exactly.
Yeah,
100%.
There was. If we wanted one that was running, it was 20 grand easy.
Yep.
Like,
in that particular condition. Absolutely, man. I mean, I've been dealing with these things since I was a teenager. So I know. I mean, absolutely. So back then is when prices just started going up.
Yeah. I think it's a product of COVID. They needed something to do. So they started working on these things and refinishing them. But I couldn't find one anywhere. And he was telling me about, it and how it was running, and, it might, the only thing it probably needed was a new battery because it's been sitting in storage forever.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, well, I'm sure I can't afford it. If it's a full running, VW and ready to roll, all you got to do is put a battery in it.
Yep.
And he sent me pictures of it running and everything. I was like, I fell in love with it immediately. But I just knew there's no way we're buying this thing. He's going to ask 25 easily.
Yep.
And, just call it what you want, fate, the Lord, whatever you believe in. Like the door opened. He said, "Hey, can you do 8,500 for it? Our best offer." And I had my former business partner, Anthony. He said, "Look, he's from New York, like really like Staten Island, like hardcore." Like he's like,
yeah.
I'm giddy and just happy and like, oh man, we found a bus for 8,500. And Anthony, the smart guy he said our best offer. I was like, okay, what do you think? And he said, listen, tell him we'll do 6,500, and we'll.
I was about to say 6.
We'll come pick it up. We'll come pick it up in 2 weeks.
Yep.
So I went back to him and I said, all right, we'll bring you 6,500 cash. We'll be there in 2 weeks. He's like, done.
Yep.
So we rented a trailer, and Anthony and I drove up to Virginia Beach, trailered that thing, brought it back, and so that 72, as you know, was they call it the crossover year. It's when the Germans.
It is. It has the pancake engine. The first time to have the pancake.
Yeah, and it was
1.7.
fuel injected. It was fuel
Yep,
injected, and it
and
sucks.
it has the. So you're right. The crossover between brakes and so this is just because I've known these things forever.
Yeah,
It's the loss of the low lights, which is very desirable. What I mean by low light is your turn signal's down there in the bottom.
yeah.
And then you have the square ones in the back. So a lot of people favor that front look. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So that we just did more research, and there was a guy here in North Myrtle that's all he did is he worked on rear end engine vehicles, so Porsches and VWs.
Awesome. Corvairs too. Yep.
Yeah.
So
And he was like, dude, this engine's garbage. Like it's just not good. It's just they tried, and he said, are you guys willing to turn it into a carburetor engine? So we actually turned it into a double carburetor engine.
Awesome.
And it is fun to drive. I love it. We rebuilt that engine, and like when I go do deliveries, when I deliver merch to golf shops, I drive the bus most of the time.
Hell yeah, let's go.
And we drive it around town quite a bit. I'm not driving it today. It's 45 degrees and raining here today, so it's kind of
it can be rough.
Crap day to drive a bus. But I will say the thing that you'll appreciate this, and if anyone else that's in the VWs will, like, you can't drive that thing if you don't want to talk to people, because people, they always want to talk to you about it and whatever.
Stories. Everybody has a story.
Everyone
Absolutely.
has a story. Back in 75, I did this, this, and this, and I love it. I love how it is a rolling advertisement for the brand.
Absolutely.
That's what it is, and I am so thankful to have it, and it's a lot of fun. But the thing that irks me, because I'll never let anyone know it irks me, but I hate it when people call it a van, because it's not a van.
That's being in the Volkswagen community, that we hate that. I corrected one of my buddies, and I had explained to him, if you think about it this way, you're sitting on the front tires as you're passing, just like a regular bus, just like a city bus. Yeah. So that's how they're like, oh, that makes sense. I'm like, exactly. You're not sitting behind the front tires. You're actually literally, like, as a 6'8" guy, which I will say, I'm 6 foot, and it can be tight for you. Holy shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we had, I'm sure you're wondering, like, how does he get into there?
You gotta be driving like this. You are hunched over.
So what we did is we modified the front seats.
Okay.
So that front seat is very up on the steering wheel, right? Like there's no, because we've got you got the seat behind you. You can't move it, right? You can't. So we just put a smaller seat in there.
Okay.
And then we put seat covers on that, so they all look the same. Yeah. Everything's original except that front seat. Like, we could put the original back in and just slide it right back in if we wanted to.
Of course.
But I don't even know if the other guys know how to drive a stick. So I'm the only one that can drive it.
Yeah, I hear you.
But, it's a Westphalia. It's got the ice box and the sink in it.
Yeah.
We do not have the camper part that goes up to the ceiling.
So I didn't want that.
That wasn't what we were buying the bus for.
Of course.
But I even have the original baby hammock in it that comes.
That goes in the front.
Yeah,
we actually use that for our dog.
Yeah, so I've never taken it out of the slot that it's in the back.
That's awesome.
I just know it's there, and
that's awesome.
It's got that 70s yellow on the seats, like,
that's awesome. Yeah, I know. Kind of like a mustard, but it doesn't know it's mustard.
Yeah, we've got the table, and
that's awesome, man.
we take it to all our events. We run pop-up shops out of it. I'll drive to the golf course to play golf, and it's the guy that rebuilt the engine. He said, listen, and he said, don't let this thing just sit in the garage. They're meant to be driven, so drive it. And
100%.
yeah, and I think the more I drive it, the better it gets.
I don't doubt that. Yeah, absolutely.
And it has
that's
it has its quirks, and
of course.
It's
Of
but
course,
she's fun. She's fun.
They are. It's funny. Like, so, like, for a real quick short story is like, so when we restored this one, I've had this thing forever. Like, I had actually wrecked my 68 Bug on January 1st, many, many years ago.
Yeah.
When I was stationed in DC, and then I bought this off a buddy out of New Jersey. Now you're talking about salt, right?
Yeah.
No joke, man. We called it the shitter hole. That's over here in the front panel. I had holes all over the bottom and the sides and the butt cheeks and the corners, right?
Yeah.
So for about 10 years, I wrote it like this. I had street signs. You can go through I'll even send you pictures. Go through the Instagram page of Tink from the beginning stages. I had a bamboo roof rack. I had street signs and license plates covering up holes. And I drove it like that, even in 40-degree weather in DC with no heater.
Yeah.
Being in the military, I literally had a Volkswagen all the time. And so at this time, it was just ratty and shitty. And it's going back story a little bit too. You mentioned how much you paid for yours. So at the time when I bought Tink, the time which I got to ask you about how Sandy got her name. By the time that when I bought Tink, it was only about $3,000. That's barely running, but it had holes everywhere. If I were to buy this bus then in that condition now, yeah, $10,000. It's
easy.
Retarded. And then it's just a matter of how much money are you willing to dump into your Volkswagen to be whatever you want it to be. So like when we did ours, we finally restored it in 2019-ish. We started, and I said, I got to get rid of all the rust. That's getting rid of all of your holes, your I-beams, your cross members, your outriggers, everything. And then I do that. I built the engine. I've done I've done the wiring harness, all that shit.
Right.
And for the longest time, I was trying to decide like the paint scheme and everything. And you said it best. These things are meant to be driven, right?
Sure.
I didn't do like a full body restoration. There's still dimples from when I hit it when I was drunk with the guys, all that type of shit. But I made it to where it's my style, the palm tree fronts, the Hawaiian shit. And this time of year here in Florida, I drive this thing every day. Every day.
Yeah, it's like I don't like these ones that I've seen in person and like Instagram or just on TV or whatever that are so pristine and perfect. I don't dig those as much. Yeah, I like them to have a little bit of whatever to them.
Exactly.
Yeah,
character.
like
exactly.
we have a little crease dent in our front left door. I don't want to fix it. I like it.
100%.
I have a little crack on my windshield. I will eventually get that fixed, but I like it. I mean, there's a little bit of rust around my lights on the outside. Like I like it.
That's there is no other car enthusiasts out there. Let's say you take Chevelles or you take a Bel Air or whatever, Corvette, whatever. In the Volkswagen community, you can have anything and everything and find that niche that you like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's crazy. And it's funny about you talking about those dents and shit. So when we were getting this restored years ago, there was a dent in the latch, right? In the hatch, whatever. I was drunk with the guys when I was stationed in DC, and I was trying to hit one of them when I jumped, and I ended up hitting it with my elbow, put a big old dent in the back. And I fought with the metal guy because obviously we live in a condo area. I can't do all my work in here. I had to get rid of my welder and shit. Dave, let me fix this dent. I'm like, nope, don't you dare touch it. That dent. So nice paint job. Dents everywhere. I'm like, nope. Every dent has a story.
Yeah. Well, because I didn't want to mess with that patina that was on the bus already.
Yeah.
I was. How do I keep that? Because I didn't want to like full blown repaint the bus, right?
Of course.
I was like, how do I keep this the way it is? And the guy that was working on the engine, he said, a lot of guys, they just wrap it. And that's what we did. We went to the guy that Native Sons, shout out Native Sons. They do a lot of our screen printing for our t-shirts. They also own a wrap company. Oh. And we wrapped our bus in the color we wanted. That way we could, number one, it'll help with some of the salt. And number two, it'll keep that, I don't even know if you can call it white anymore. It's more of an off-white, like, I love it. I love the way the bus looks. In fact, sometimes I wish we wouldn't have wrapped it. Maybe we just pinstriped it with the salty golfer down the side. But It is what it is now. It's just so much. It's just so much fun to drive. It puts a smile on people's faces.
Yeah. I would recommend if you're on Facebook. I would recommend because you have a 72. Shout out to Bay Window, Bay Pride. There's a Bay Pride Facebook page that everybody around the world is part of. And I'm just saying, helping you out with advertising.
Yeah.
If you were to jump on that page, like, hey, I was just told about, I go by a different name on Facebook, but regardless, you throw that on there, there are tons of golfers out there with Volkswagens. And I'm actually doing something here in Tampa.
Message me that info. I'll be happy.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that's it.
Sure.
You'll open that one right up.
Yeah.
So let's go back to golf real quick because there's something that I like to do with people that I have a conversation with.
Sure.
It's called obviously my podcast is called Your F.U.C.C. So I have a Your F.U.C.C. quickie, 5 quick questions.
Okay.
It's kind of like my little personality test, like if we can golf together. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's a quickie with your fuck if you don't mind.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So 5 quick questions. Tell me what you got. Ready?
Yep.
How many practice swings?
None.
Okay, it's timeout. We got to pause there. My guy. We just had a long conversation. My buddy was practicing his practice swing. Shit like that. Come get out of here.
The only I don't practice swing when I putt. I don't. Yeah. The only time you might catch me doing a practice swing is if I'm chipping it and I'm in some deep rough, like just to see what the grass feels like.
Thank you.
That's about it.
Right there off the bat, I won't have anxiety with you. We can golf together. All right, let's start all over, but I love it. We're going to keep these quick. How many practice swings? You said none.
0. Yeah.
Your favorite shot or club?
7-iron.
Music or no music?
Always music.
Obviously, now we know with putting, you go up to the plate when you go up to the bat when you putt, or do you dissect the green?
I'm pretty fast, man. I just go putts.
Driver or passenger in the golf cart?
Oh, drive me around, man. It's fun.
Oh, I love it. A little cart queen, a little passenger queen. I love that. A 6'8" passenger queen. Holy shit!
Right, that's right.
Oh, that is awesome, dude. Yeah, I for sure. When you say no practice swings right off the bat, we're listening to music. I don't mind driving. So if you're ever in Tampa, man, come on. I golf. I know a lot of folks around here. We have a good time.
Yeah,
and I guarantee it. And that's awesome.
The no practice swing came from my dad. Told me as a young boy playing golf, he's like, son, the longer it takes, the worse it's going to get. So just get up and fire. Like,
100%. Oh man, I do the same thing, and something that I do because maybe if I have a gummy or something, a little puff, sure. I actually if I do that, I actually talk on my own backswing sometimes, and I do better. And that's the thing. Like obviously, like we have too much of a good time, and it's really hard for me to have golf etiquette. Yeah. But like, somebody that has an amazing golf swing, I actually just I want to watch and absorb everything.
Sure.
And then I'll go up there and like, what's up, guys? That was and still hit it.
Yeah.
That's so with the Volkswagen though. How did you come up with Sandy? How did you come up with the name?
So we kind of put it out on Instagram, like, hey, we got to name this thing, and we had a contest. And I'll be honest with you, like, I don't think we picked any of the names. Like, I didn't want it to be a golf name. They were coming up with all these like golf names, which I understand. Like,
yeah, of course.
But I don't know. We chose Sandy because we live at the beach, but we spell it with an I. We spell it Sandi, not Y.
Okay.
There's not a woman or a girl that we know named Sandy. We thought about a few different names, but I don't know. We said Sandy with an I. Somebody, I don't know who it was. It could have been me. It could have been, I don't know. But somebody says, let's do Sandy with an I. And I was like, oh, I like that. And that's that's just how we got the name. Nothing special. But yeah, we try to let the masses pick it. But I don't know. A lot of them were like, I think vehicles should be named after women for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know where I get that.
It's very hard for me to want to be in a Bruce.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I don't want to be in a Matthew. I
don't want to be in a Mike.
Yeah,
I never want to be in a guy like exactly. So that's you're 100%. It's just that thing where everyone wants to be in a Helga or in a Betsy or in a Tink or in a Sandy. You know what I mean? Something else.
I think we played around with Helga because it's a German vehicle. Like we kind of thought about that. I don't know. Sandy just fit. Like we got the bus. It already had a hula girl in it when we got it. We have that same one. I have I've tried to find this hula girl. I cannot find her anywhere. The guy that owned it before me was a surfer and is a golfer, and he'll message me from now and again and just say, hey, I really think it's cool what you've done with the bus, and my dad loves seeing it, and stuff like that. And it was another thing. Like I talk about this golf community on Instagram and social media and all this stuff. It's like it all seems like we're here to kind of help each other out. And that was one of the things. Like he knew it was like he didn't want the bus anymore, but yet he didn't want it just to go somewhere where it wasn't going to be used the right way. And he probably lost money on the deal. Like he could have probably sold that to someone else who had a lot more money than I did. But of course, he saw like this could be cool for this to be a part of their brand and the namesake. And I'll be forever thankful for him for that. And I saw where like this whole thing blowing up into an apparel brand. Like he just purchased something the other day, and I saw his name come across one of the tickets. I was like, man, that's really cool how people continue. So I can't believe, like, it's cool that people buy, but like when you see someone purchase over and over and over again and continue to support what we're trying to do, it will never, I don't care how big we get. I don't think that will ever get old to me.
No way. No.
I want this thing to go global. I want it to get big. And we're taking the right steps to get there. But like I said, when we were talking earlier, it's the hardest thing I've ever done. Like I don't come from an apparel background. I don't come from owning a company background. I was, as you might say, a grunt. I was a worker. Like I just got in and got after it and did my job and went home, and, but I will say this: owning your own business, there is no start time, there is no end time.
Exactly. If you have a vision, right? If you have a vision and you have like where you want this to go, you have to. There's no time, and that's where, like you said, you have to have the support. It's funny. I jokingly say this: I've worked more than I was when I was on active duty in the military.
Sure.
Though I was Air Force, I know some guys will give me shit for that, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? It's like legitimate, like. I want this podcast of just talking and just bullshitting and all that stuff to succeed, but you got to put in the work, and no one else is going to do it for yourself. No one else is going to do it but you, and you have to do it.
At the end of the day, I saw there's a thing that goes around Instagram, social media. I think it's one of the guys from Sopranos. Mm-hmm. He says you really only need 3 motherfuckers in your life, right? Like, and I've got that. I've got that support system that if I'm having a shit day, or, I can lean on those dudes, or I can lean on my family, and you really need that. I'm a firm believer, because there's going to be days that, you're wondering, why in the world am I doing this? Like,
100%.
It's tough. And those are the days that you need those people in your life. And I just think, golf, I was very competitive. I'm still competitive. Like when I go play golf, I want to win. I want to play the best golf I can possibly play, and I want to beat you. Like that's the competitive side of me, playing college sports and stuff like that. That'll never leave. But golf for me has now turned more into a sanctuary of somewhere where I can forget about crap going on around me. And for those 18 holes or those 4 hours, or even if it's 9 holes, or maybe it's 5 holes or whatever, like I played 5 holes the other night. It's all I had time to do. But I want to make sure that whoever I'm playing with, and I'll say this, I've played more golf by myself in the last couple of years, because it's just where I can go think. I can just think about the brand, think about other things, and there's no noise.
There's no distractions or anything. Yeah.
So golf has just become this sanctuary for me now, that if I'm with a group, like my motivation is to create a memory with those people, right? Like
Agree.
I don't want to get caught up in what I got to do after this or
Yep.
what I maybe didn't get accomplished before the round. Like
Yep.
this is my time to myself with my friends or whoever I'm playing with to have a good time and be in that moment in the game. And you know, if we shoot a 75, great. If we shoot a 95, that's okay too. Like
Yeah.
it's more about the memory and
Of
the
course.
creating that, because you go on these golf trips or you come to Myrtle Beach and you play golf, and that's kind of what we did in the beginning with the Salty Golfer is, the world was shut down because of COVID. I mean, it was just shut down.
Yep.
We were the only states at the time whose golf courses were open.
Yeah.
Therefore a little bit.
Yep.
And I'd go out to the golf course and I'd turn my Instagram live on, and people were living through me vicariously getting to play golf because they couldn't do it. And that's kind of like gave the brand, it's kind of like, and then I turned it into, we didn't talk about this earlier, but people were coming to Myrtle Beach in record numbers to come play golf because it was the only, they could get out of their state, they could come down here, they could play golf.
Yep.
And they were messaging me like, hey, how's this golf course? And we have, for people that don't know that might watch this, like we have over 80 golf courses in a 60-mile stretch here in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's take your pick. And they're not crap golf courses. Like they're really good golf courses.
Yeah.
And people were reaching out to me, DMing me like, hey, what kind of shape is this course in? So then I started making myself available to these people. Like they'd only be a twosome, or they'd only be a threesome, or they'd only be a single. I'm like, hey, if you need someone to play with you, I'll fill that spot. Because in Myrtle Beach, if you've never been here, if you're a single, you will get put with 3 other cats. If you're a double, you're going to be put with 2 other guys. If you're a triple, you're going to be put with a single.
Yep.
It's just they're going to fill the tee sheet because it's our number one industry in South Carolina is golf. So everyone is coming here to play. So that can be weird, right? You're single, you get paired with 3 other cats, you don't really know them. Hopefully it works out after about the 4th or 5th hole. And most of the time it does. Fine. But still, there's that awkwardness of the first, whatever hole.
Of course.
And if you don't have the personality of me or you, it can get really awkward, right? Like we can make pretty much anyone feel comfortable.
100%.
Yeah. But not everyone is lucky enough to be able to do that to total strangers. So I just started making myself available. It's like, hey, you're a single, I'll come play with you. You kind of know me through Instagram. And so then that turned into like these groups started reaching out, hey, can you come play golf with us? There's 13 of us. We need an even number. And then that turned into, all right, I'll set up the trip for you. And then one day I'll come play with you. I'll bring somebody else with me. I want you guys to put your phones away.
Yeah.
Just you concentrate on playing golf, having the best time. I'll have a photographer and a videographer. We'll document this whole trip for you. We know where to take the pictures. We know where all the good back scenes are and all that. You just play golf.
Yep.
And then we post, edit it, put all this stuff together. We send it to them the next week. And then we've helped them create this memory that hopefully gets them back to Myrtle Beach. Because when I started the Salty Golfer, that was my number one goal. I wanted to be either an unofficial or official ambassador for Myrtle Beach golf. I love it here.
Awesome.
I'm so thankful that I get to wake up every morning in Myrtle's Inlet, South Carolina, and we have this collection of golf courses right here in our backyard. And it's probably the most affordable golf that you'll find anywhere in the country, probably the world, that you can come here with your boys, stay and play. And it's one of the few places too, like if you're the only one in your family that plays golf, well, you can't take your family to Bandon Dunes and play golf because there ain't nothing to do there but play golf. Now, granted, Bandon Dunes is a special place. But if you're a family man and there's 4 or 5 of you and you're the only cat that plays golf, the other people need something to do, right? So you kind of understand that where you guys live.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's what's so great about Myrtle Beach. You go play golf, everyone else can go to the beach, they can go play putt, they can shop,
Yeah.
they can do whatever they want to do.
Yep.
And the food is sneaky good here in Myrtle Beach. Like there's some really, really good restaurants. And yeah, it's just been a blast to be a part of the whole Myrtle Beach golf scene and to be able to build an apparel company right here
Yeah.
in the golf capital of the world. It's been so much fun to see it grow and all of the, like, I just can't, like, this whole Black Friday, scene, like we quadrupled what we did last year, that's just not to me. But to see people buying stuff in, SoCal, Kansas City,
Yeah.
who am I that they want to purchase stuff like, that's crazy to me, but super thankful.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
I'm telling you what, I am so itchy to buy stuff, but I was told not to buy anything just because Christmas is around the corner. So I swear to God, when I first saw your stuff a couple months ago, just right when I'm getting ready to start this, and immediately, because my family, my in-laws, they all know I just want anything golf. That's the easiest thing.
Yeah.
My thing is I have like 32 golf shirts,
Sure.
but I have very little golf t-shirts.
Yeah.
And so that's when they saw your stuff and everything like
Well,
that. So
I know that we've sent a bunch of stuff to Florida in the last couple of weeks, so maybe one of those is you. You.
I hope so, because as my mother-in-law didn't know what to get me, and my wife's like, because I mean, look, like this, I only have like 5. That's like a hole-in-one shirt. But regardless, I have too many golf shirts, but not enough T-shirts that are golf themed. You know what I mean? And so that's why I'm anxious to buy your apparel. Like,
we can
so
take care
bad,
of you. That's no problem. That's no problem.
I already saw. I saw the pink belt, and they're freaking. I gotta have that. I mean, I wear any floral colors you can think of, just because I'm whatever. And the crazy thing is, we just hired a new guy here at Tampa Palms, here at the country club. He came from South Carolina, and he has your gear. And I was like, dude, I'm interviewing Salty.
We need to wholesale some of that stuff in your pro shop. When I go on vacation, I want to buy something local, right? I'll support something small in that area. And it's an easy sell for these pro shops. Like, they already carry our beer.
That's awesome.
And so we have a beer. It's called the Salty Golfer.
Yeah.
It's a 4.2, super light. It has a little hint of pineapple on the back end.
So it's not an IPA.
No, not an IPA. It's a blonde.
Love it already. I don't like it. That's perfect.
Well, when I got here, you go to these golf courses and all the local stuff on the drink carts were IPAs, and they're like 9% alcohol. I'm like, who can play a whole round drinking these? Like, no one. I can't. Like, I can't do it.
Yeah, so true.
The artwork on our can, I was sitting on that artwork for a while, and a buddy of mine said, dude, that looks like a beer can to me. And I had just gotten done playing golf with Clayton, the guy that owns our local brewery here in Myrtle Beach. And I went to him. I said, hey, I have an idea, but I just want to run it past you. And I showed him this artwork, and I said, I think this might be a beer can. He goes, well, what do you have in mind? I said, well, let's make a Salty Golfer beer. I want it super light, something easy to drink, good for the beach, good for when you're sweating, just something refreshing, super light. Yeah. So then I got with Christoph, who's their master brewer, and he started working on it. And we did some taste testings and took about 6, 7, 8 weeks to work on the recipe.
Wow. So cool.
Finally found something we liked. And this was 3 years ago now, 3 years ago. And I thought it was just going to be a seasonal thing. Like, because breweries, they put out seasonal beers. And
of course,
sometimes you never see them again. It's just, let's throw this at the wall and see if it sticks. Well, their big beer that does very well is called the Airbrush, which is a hazy IPA. And everyone loves it. And it's a great beer. And I was like, what if, like, you don't have anything under 5% on your portfolio. Let's do something. It's like, all right, let's give it a shot. and they fought me on the pineapple. And I said, well, listen, if you don't want to do that, then let's just don't do it. Maybe it's just no big deal. You know, it's
Yeah,
he's like,
yeah.
no, we'll try it. We'll try it. So, and then we played around with, do we use real pineapple? Do we use like a fake pineapple?
Yeah, like a
Whatever you call
substitute or
that.
something. Yeah.
Or do we use a puree? And so whatever, Christoph, we figured out. And it's such a subtle taste of pineapple on the back. It's so good. I need to send you some. But
No shit. Yeah. Absolutely.
and here we are 3 years later. It's at almost every golf course here. We're at Food Lion, Lowe's, Publix. We just got into Walmart. Like,
Wow.
it's blowing up. But we're only like the distributor, Southern Crown, who distributes our beer for us. They said, hey, we were just in Myrtle Beach proper, and then down into Charleston, and then Daniel Island, Georgetown County. We're just kind of on the south side of the beach. But the distributor said, hey, this thing is doing so well, we need to take it statewide. So now the beer is statewide, and then the next thing, I have no idea.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, it's
Dude.
like, it's crazy. Like, when Bubba Watson won the Masters the first time, he said, he's crying and everything. He goes, I didn't get this far in my dreams. Well, that's kind of the way I feel. Like, I didn't get this far either. Like, every day is an additional blessing. And I pinch
100%, man.
Yeah, it's so cool. Like, we have people on golf groups that come in, they message, say, hey, we want to get some of your gear. And we like, come to the shop. We'll give you a discount, grab a salty golfer out of the shop fridge, shoot the shit with them. They shop the warehouse, grab what they want. And it's so cool to go on these golf courses and you see the 72, you see Sandy there, our signage. And it's on display, and the polos and the t-shirts and the hoodies and like, God dog, man, like, we built this. Like, and I try to always use we, because I created it and I came up with it, but none of this happens without people like you guys and the followers from day one that, like, to me, I don't care if you buy $200 worth of merch on the website or if you just like a post on Instagram. Like, to me, there's no difference. Like, that all is the same to me.
I'll support.
Yeah, it's all support. And you know what? I never wanted to be a brand. Like, our stuff is really good quality. It's high quality. We use a lot of the same places that, like, Peter Millar uses and da-da-da-da-da. But I didn't want people, when they go to buy our merchandise, Dave, I didn't want them to be like, do I go play golf today or do I buy this shirt today? Like, I've been through that. I've been there. Like, I've had to make choices like, do I buy a shirt? Like, I've even had to, like, throw bills into a shoebox and shake it. And which one am I going to pay? I've been there. Like, I know what that feels like. So I've always tried to be a brand that, it's nice. And sure, we could charge more for what we're doing, but I don't want to. Like, I want people to be able to enjoy it, but yet also go wear it to the golf course too, right? So,
of course.
But not to get off on that.
No. That speaks volume, because it's like you don't expect all these amazing things that are being bestowed on you unless you have, again, like, that support and that vision, and it's being true to yourself. Like, I don't want it to be too expensive, but I want people to enjoy and to like it and to just want to grow with us, type of thing. Sure. And it shows, man. It really does. I mean, it's like, I was so stoked when you agreed to be on this little tiny podcast that I'm just trying to have. And if it gets big, that's great. If this thing only lasts 5 months, fine. I had a blast regardless. Right? Yeah. And it's the same with you. You made a couple of shirts. I'm like, okay, this is going pretty good. You don't expect any of these big things to happen or these blessings. It's you're just, as long as you're true to yourself and being just, I want to help out. I want people to enjoy. When you said about, like, memories, I enjoy golfing with so many other different people. Like, Dave, I can't wait. Dave, when you're ready to golf, I put a little feeler out there about doing like a 4v4 scramble match play about once a month, and let's do it with your fuck. And the output is awesome. People want, like, Dave, I'd love to be. Can I join as a single? Like, bro, I don't care what your skill level is. Let's just have fun. Let's listen to music. Let's throw some golf, and let's just be here. Don't worry about anything else. Because I just want it to be like guilt-free golf. is what I want when I golf with guys. Every single time. I just want to have a good time. You know? And if this were to grow too, that would be awesome. I would love that. My ultimate dream is just to. We almost bought an RV actually earlier this year, but the way how I want this to go, I would love to go to golf courses all over America, travel in my RV with having Tink behind me. Then honey, I'll be back in a few hours. I cruise to Tink to that golf course, talk to their staff, talk to whatever brand is there, and they go to the next. That would be amazing, you know. And we'll see.
You got to stop in Myrtle Beach.
Well, it's funny that you say that. We're actually about to put a brand new engine in here in next spring. And who knows, man? I mean, I love to travel in this thing. And I think
what's the farthest you've gone in it?
The farthest I've gone in here was Daytona. So I mean, I've gone hours driving, but like going cross country or cross state. Because even though I've had this for quite a while, I've always just driven it within like 4 or 5 hours, 6 hours.
Sure.
I've been pretty decent.
I don't think I've gone more than. I think I've done 2.5 hours one time. She did fine. She was fine.
Yeah, it's just the thing is, I think the worrisome with a lot of people is like, if something were to happen, what can I do to fix it on the spot? Yeah. You know, that's the kicker. So, short story, real quick, because I don't want to keep much more of you. My wife and I had a 69 Volkswagen Bug stationed in Virginia. We decided to go for our 10-year anniversary, 15-year anniversary. Can't remember. My wife and I have been married 25 years this year. So awesome. I was a sophomore in high school. She was going to her senior prom when we met. We've almost been together. We've been together. All right. We've been together since my junior year in high school. We've been together. Awesome. And God bless her. But anyway, because dealing with my shit, my retarded ass. No, so we drove on our 69 Bug from DC down to Virginia Beach. 3 hours maybe, right? Yeah. Took us 10 hours in that Bug. It was rough because I could not figure out it was a little tiny wire on the distributor coil, ever so lightly touching it. And whenever it would disconnect, it would shut off. It was so minute, I would never find it. The best part about that trip, though, took us 10 hours to get to Virginia Beach. We didn't argue once. It was an amazing memory my wife and I had at 15 years. Man. You know what I mean? Shit like that. So I think a lot of people are scared to drive their Volkswagens distance-wise, knowing if something were to happen, how am I going to fix it?
Right. So like, I don't have an issue with that. It's the people I want to go with me that has an issue with it.
True.
Yeah, you're right, bro. Do it. If it breaks down, it's part of the trip, man. We'll figure it out. It out.
Absolutely. That's the beauty part. Like when we did this, the trip this past year for No-Do, again, it's a Daytona. So it's about 3.5, really 4.5 hour drive in these things. You know what I mean? Because you just don't want to push them that hard. 55, 60, we're cruising there. And sure as shit, we all broke down a couple of times. But we all got out of our Volkswagens. What's up with this? Let's tow it here. Let's fix it. We're going to get there together. Yeah. And it's awesome. You're right. It's that crew. And we do that a lot. But yeah, man, going back to it. We're supposed to put an engine in here next spring. I don't want to build it. I'm too lazy now, as being a little bit older. I don't have the time nor the energy to rebuild an engine. I would rather buy a turnkey. I mean, we actually have an engine in my garage now that was the old one. Like the engine that's in here now is the original, but I put bigger carbs on it. Yeah. So slow as shit. I'm talking 50, 55 tops. But the engine I have in there that broke down earlier this year basically got a crack in the case. I was going to take it apart. And then my oldest like, Dad, let's just rebuild it. Yeah. I'm like, okay, because it's just the case. Everything else works fine. Just a crack in the case. But this coming year, this spring, my buddy who builds amazing engines, they don't leak oil. It's a 1921, perfect for these buses. Has all the horsepower, all the torque, and the speed, because I have a freeway flyer transmission, something I don't know if you have, but you stretch out that ring and pinion on your transmission, you can do 75, 80 in these things.
Well, so when I go out on Interstate 31 here in Myrtle Beach, she'll go 65, no problem.
Okay.
No problem at all.
Oh, good shit.
It's just, if it's a lot of times it's windy here, like that wind blows that thing.
Oh man, it's a loaf of bread going down the road. It's a loaf of bread going down the road. Yeah, man. It's
funny because I'll have sometimes my girls will ride with me and they do not like it when I get it up to 70 because it does feel a little out of control. Like,
it does.
It's like, and then if you I've pressed her to 75 once, but I hit that like 73 mark. You remember like back in the day when you'd ride your bike, you go too fast down a hill. It's just that, the little that shake. Yeah. I'm like, Yeah, we're not doing that anymore.
Yeah,
Because I tell everybody, like, if I'm going 65 miles in this thing, like, it's a casket. Like, I'm going to die.
100.
Like, there's nothing's going to save or protect me. It's over.
It's still surprising how when I meet like people that don't know anything about Volkswagen that come up and they're like, oh, the engine's in the back. I'm like, I hate to say, like, at first I'm like, of course, yeah, because where's it gonna go?
Where else is it gonna go?
Yeah, where else is it gonna go? But do the girls enjoy it? The Volkswagen?
They do. So like Stella, our next to youngest, like she'd drive it every day if she could. Like she would rock
That's
it.
awesome.
The older girls, they it's like, well, that's Dad's car. It's cool. Like everyone knows that's Dad driving around. The youngest, she doesn't mind riding with me around town in it, but she's like, don't ever pick me up at school in it. Like,
oh, come on.
But it's funny, like the times I have driven it to school, the kids love it.
Oh, of course.
But Olivia's very like, she's our quiet child. She doesn't like a lot of attention.
Yeah.
So I think that's why. It's not that she doesn't like the vehicle. She doesn't like everyone.
Everyone's looking at me. Everyone's looking at me type of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. I remember when just after we shortly restored this a couple years ago, and then picking up my boys at school, or maybe it's before we restored it, I would have the door open. And the boys, I wouldn't stop. And the boys would just run in and jump in and like, go, 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 go. It's just shit like that. The memories, that's like, awesome. It's funny, like in the beginning stages, my boys loved it. And then for a time they hated it because, like you said, everyone wants to talk, right? Yeah. When you park at a gas station, my sons are like, oh shit, here we go. Dad's going to talk for 20 minutes with these people. But now that they're older and the one's 15, they're like, now they're like, enjoy to talk with these people. Like, yeah, I helped my dad with this. They did this, that, whatever.
Right. Katie and I usually go out every Friday night. Sometimes we'll take the bus, but like if we just want to go out and like you can't take it out if you don't want to talk to people. Like you know that. Like you're just more I would say flamboyant than mine is. But like you can't it's lucky we have the personalities we do, because I can't imagine if we had stagnant personalities driving around, people would absolutely.
Oh, exactly. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. No, but come on inside. Come let's have a talk. Let's have a conversation.
Yeah, it's fun. Like it's. I don't mind showing people. I love that mine's pretty much all original except for the front seat. I was super lucky that it fell in my lap the way it did, and I don't think we'll ever get rid of it. We just like the next thing is like we need to get a Sandy 2 and a Sandy 3 and. Have a whole fleet of them.
That would be rad at all the shows. This shit, man. Absolutely. I mean, who knows? Depending on how big this gets, I might just have to get a Sandy 2 down here and sell it out here at all the shows.
Yeah, there you go.
Future. I mean, that could happen. Yeah, absolutely. But shit, man. I don't want to keep any more. We talked for shit, man, over an hour, just having a conversation.
Dude. Yeah, that's what it's all about, man.
I really do appreciate it. I mean, I'd love to talk to you a little bit afterwards. I got some 2 ideas for Sandy that I think you'd appreciate.
Yeah, let's do it.
But then, and who knows, man? Shit, maybe I'll see you in fucking Orlando. I know. If you're coming down,
you'll see me. I'm hard to miss.
Yeah,
usually call us one there.
Well, I'm actually driving this out there to and we're planning on recording an episode because I'm gonna have 2 of my co-hosts with me.
Yeah,
and dude, if you'd love to come outside and bullshit and talk and just
love to, man.
Dude, that would be badass, man.
Love to be a part of it. For sure.
Well, thanks. Well, Wes, man, thanks again for being on the podcast, bro. I really appreciate it, man. And for folks, again, if you like it, you got to do. And this has been Salty and your friendly unabashed cup cutter.
Awesome.
You guys have a good one.
Your friendly unabashed cup cutter. I slice through the turf like warm butter, planting dreams in the grass, one putt under. Your friendly unabashed cup cutter.